Hello and welcome to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to show you this little portable camera. Oh, the screen went off. Haha. It has some nice features on it. These are two practical examples of using the thermal camera. On the left side I have the house shed, the attic, where I'm searching for thermal bridge, and on the right side I'm searching for hot spots on a PCB, on a power supply to be more specific. Yeah, so we can see the practical utility of such a device. The camera is based on this Lepton 3.5 sensor. Some time ago I've made a video about the first version of this thermal camera and noticed it gathered a lot of interest from the community. So this is one of the reasons that I've created this video. This is the design of the thermal camera, tiered apart. We have a touchscreen display. It's based on a 320 by 240 pixels resolution. I think I bought this from AliExpress some time ago. This is the main board based on this IMX controller. Let me zoom in a bit. Let me get some exposure. Before continuing, I want to emphasize something related to this microcontroller. So we are using an IMX RT1062. This is based on the TNC 4.1 hardware. The initial design is owned by PJRC. This is their web page, and this is the TNC board. Why am I saying this? Because the software development is done in a Arduino type environment. The code is written in VS Code, and with this occasion I want to give a big kudos to this guy for doing the initial work, Max Ritter. I will post the links in the descriptions, by the way. Coming back to the hardware design. The code is uploaded into our microcontroller, into the IMX chip, using the USB OTG connection. Now the chip itself is blank, is empty when you first mounting on the board. To resolve this, it uses this chip here. This is something from NXP, if I recall correctly. This chip needs to be ordered directly from PJRC. It uses their own proprietary bootloader. This chip right here. At every power on, this little chip loads a special bootloader into the main microcontroller for USB communication. So I wanted to emphasize this because it happened to me. I've assembled the entire PCB, soldered all the components, and when I plugged the USB into the PC, I stood there like a monkey wondering why nothing's happened. So yeah, I had to order this directly from the US. Guys, just a short remark. If you're new around here and you like the type of content I'm doing, maybe consider to subscribe. But in any case, you can leave your thoughts regarding this in the comment section. This right here, let me focus, is the sensor holder board. Yeah, these two fit here through these connectors here. These are 127 pitch, 127 millimeter pitch connector. There are a couple of LDOs here, some resistors for pull up on the I2C line, another LDO right here. Let me zoom in a bit. This is the Molex connector where we plug in our Lepton sensor. I had a rough time soldering this onto the board because the pitch is small and the contacts are very narrow. And honestly speaking, without a microscope, you're kind of doomed if you need to solder such a connector. The main reason why this happened because the connector for the Lepton sensor can be found under these two part numbers. The pinout is the same, just that I've ordered the left one. And this has a metal surrounding, let's say, on the connector housing. Let me show you here. I think it's easier this way. So this is the version that I'm currently having on the PCB. And you can see here, there are the pins, but they are surrounded by these metal spacers, let's say. I was not aware of this when I bought these connectors. So I had to tear down the entire metal surrounding. This is not shown in the video. This is a picture I had when I firstly attempted to solder this connector. We can see the solder bridge and the narrow gaps between the pins. Another problem that I faced was related to this SD card connector. I firstly soldered this using hot air, and it turned out to be a bad decision because the connector itself has some plastic guides inside under the metal shielding. So I had to replace this with a new one because the SD card would not stick in properly. Here is just a short glimpse of how I've soldered the new connector onto the PCB. So if you guys want to build this project, you know what to expect. So this is a bit of soldering tutorial, I might say. Here I'm soldering the internal pins. They are quite tricky to get access. I'm using a very thin soldering tip, but in the end the overall result is pretty okay. Now that I've highlighted, let's say, the main challenges with this design, let's walk through the settings. In order to save the pictures on the SD card, the design has a button. Now I have placed here the two holes where some external pins will be mounted, some external connectors, sorry. Until then, I've temporarily placed here a small push button. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, I need to charge this. So by pressing the button, you can see the saving text appears shortly on the screen. And now if we connect the USB, let me get my USB cable. Yeah, it will prompt me to press yes for USB transfer. Okay, and now let's move to the PC side. On the computer, we can see the teensy icon here in the device. We can enter and we have the saved pictures. Yeah, so we can store them on the computer. Hey guys, so thank you for watching, and I hope you found this project useful. If you like it, press the like button, and let's see us again next time on the next videos. Thank you.